When expressing obligation and necessity in English, it's essential to use appropriate language to convey a sense of duty or requirement. Here's an explanation with detailed examples. Must and have to. 1. Explanation. These are common modal verbs used to express strong obligation and necessity. 2. Examples. I must finish this report by the end of the day. We have to submit our application before the deadline. She must attend the meeting at 3 p.m. Should and ought to. 1. Explanation. These modal verbs express a milder sense of obligation or advisability. 2. Examples. You should complete your assignments before the weekend. We ought to consider the consequences before making a decision. He should attend the training sessions for better understanding. Need to. 1. Explanation. Need to indicates a requirement or necessity. 2. Examples. I need to buy groceries on my way home. They need to address the issue promptly. She needs to update her resume for the job application. It's high time. 1. Explanation. This phrase is used to express that something should be done now or should have been done already. 2. Examples. It's time to start preparing for the upcoming exams. It's high time we address the maintenance issues in the building. It's time you learned how to cook for yourself. Have got to. 1. Explanation. Similar to have to, this phrase emphasizes a strong obligation. 2. Examples. I've got to call the client before the end of the day. We've got to finish this project by Friday. She's got to attend the mandatory training session tomorrow. It is necessary that. 1. Explanation. A formal way to express obligation. 2. Examples. It is necessary that all employees attend the safety training. It is necessary that you submit the required documents by the specified date. No choice but to. 1. Explanation. Expressing a lack of alternatives, indicating a strong necessity. 2. Examples. We have no choice but to implement the new policies. She had no choice but to resign from her position. There's no choice but to reschedule the meeting. To be required to. 1. Explanation. Formal language to express obligation. 2. Examples. All participants are required to attend the orientation session. Employees are required to wear the provided safety gear. Students are required to submit their assignments on time. To be compelled to. 1. Explanation. Emphasizing a strong sense of obligation or necessity. 2. Examples. I am compelled to apologize for the mistake. They are compelled to take immediate action to address the issue. She felt compelled to speak up in the meeting. To be duty-bound to. 1. Explanation. Emphasizing a moral or professional duty. 2. Examples. As a teacher, I am duty-bound to ensure the safety of my students. He felt duty-bound to report the unethical behavior to the supervisor. Parents are duty-bound to provide for the well-being of their children. By using these expressions and examples, you can effectively communicate a sense of obligation and necessity in various situations in English. Let's delve into more examples to further illustrate how to express obligation and necessity in English. To be under obligation to. 1. Explanation. Expressing a formal or legal requirement. 2. Examples. Employees are under obligation to adhere to the company's code of conduct. As a citizen, you are under obligation to pay taxes. Tenants are under obligation to report any maintenance issues to the landlord. To be imperative to. 1. Explanation. Conveying a strong sense of necessity, often used in formal or instructional contexts. 2. Examples. It is imperative to follow safety protocols in the laboratory. It is imperative for all passengers to fasten their seatbelts during the flight. It is imperative that you submit the required forms before the deadline. To be essential to. 1. Explanation. Indicating that something is crucial or indispensable. 2. Examples. Effective communication is essential to building a strong team. A balanced diet is essential to maintaining good health. It is essential for all team members to attend the project briefing. To be indispensable to. 1. Explanation. Emphasizing that something is absolutely necessary and cannot be done without. 2. Examples. Proper planning is indispensable to the success of any project. Innovation is indispensable to staying competitive in the market. Quality assurance is indispensable to the manufacturing process. To be vital to. 1. Explanation. Expressing that something is extremely important and necessary for success.